Welcome to NMAMIT YouTube channel. My name is Nihal and Karthik PN from the Department of Information Science. I will explain some concepts about projectile impact animation using Blender. First, we design the turret gun. We switched to cycles render for better shading and realistic render. To scale the objects, we click S and scale it along the desired X, Y or Z axis. Extrusion tools duplicate vertices while keeping the new geometry connected with the original vertices. We use the subdivision surface modifier to smooth out the object. It is used to shift the faces of a mesh into smaller faces, giving a smooth appearance. Loop cuts are used to add more edges to the object by clicking Ctrl+R, and the mouse wheel is used to increase the number of loop cuts. To design the gun barrel, we start by adding a cylinder and rotating it around the x-axis, and we change the mean crease value to 1 to subdivide surface and then extrude to make the cylinder longer, and then Shift+D to duplicate the object. We set the parent to object. It will take selected objects and make the last selected object as the parent, while all the other objects will be child objects. First, rotate the object, then click I on the rotation, location and scale to lock the position, then move forward a few frames and repeat the process again to get the animation. To add cubes, we use the array modifier. We first set the relative offset of x-axis and then y and z-axis, then increase the count value to number of cubes required. Then each cubes are separated by loose paths, and set the origin to geometry, and finally we add rigid body physics to the cubes. To make a bullet, we use a cylinder. We scale it down to fit inside the barrel. Then we shape it as a bullet by adding edges to it, keyframe its location, rotation and scale to get the animation, and at last apply rigid body physics to the bullet to collide with the cubes. We then click Shift+D to duplicate the bullet, and place it in the next barrel and apply keyframes to it. To set color to the object, select the required color in hexadecimal value. We can set the surface to be diffuse, glossy or glass BSDF based on the material of the surface required. Also, we can select the roughness value of the surface to show reflection of light. The UV image editor allows you to map textures directly to the mesh faces. First, select the faces of the object to be texture and then unwrap it. In the texture channel panel, add a new texture and define the texture as an image and load the image you want to use. After adding textures to all the individual faces of the object, we get the following result for the turret gun and the impact cubes. Lamps are another way to add lighting in the scene, and they are not visible in the rendered animation. There are different types of lamps such as point, sun and spotlights. In sun lamp, we can set the direction of light to the object. We can also duplicate the lamp to add light to different objects. The camera view shows the current scene as seen from the currently active camera's viewpoint. It can be activated by pressing numpad 0. The camera view can be used to virtually compose animation and preview how the scene will look when rendered. We keyframe the camera's position including its size. Finally, we get the resulting animation. Rendering is a process of creating a 2D video from your 3D scene. Computer will perform various complex calculations based on camera, lighting and materials, in order to give you a rendered image. This process may take some time depending on the complexity of the animation and your system hardware. If you have a graphics card, you can enable GPU rendering. After the rendering process, we get out animation in PNG format. The final 3D animation.
If you like the video, please like, share and subscribe to our channel. Thank you.